Hey, what's up everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here, and actually pretty exciting news, something Nikon hasn't done yet. Well, they released a new camera on January 5th, just a couple hours ago, but if you're watching this today, it's a day after. But essentially, the Nikon D5500. Nikon did something for the first time that they ever did in any DSLR camera that they ever invented. What did they do? Let's go. So with the Nikon D5500, not the D5400, and not to be confused with the D300, Nikon released their first touchscreen LCD screen on a DSLR. So it's just very interesting to see that they're trying something now. But was it a little bit too late? Is it just something, meh at this point? Well, the thing is, they wanted to replace, and it just seems the gap between everything is just really shortening down. In October of 2013, they had the Nikon D5300, which superseded the 5200, the 5100, and the 5000. It just seems like there's not enough time for everything. Everything's just really it's just kind of choppy at how they're releasing everything. But essentially, they're pretty much the same camera, in a way. And just to kind of give you another look at this, so this is what the 5500 is going to look like. Once again, this is official now. It's fully announced. It is 24.2 megapixels, same exact thing as the 5300. And as I said, there's not much of a difference. The cool thing the other big thing, besides having this multi-screen, let's get another view, that they have, it's interesting that they didn't do it the way the D750 had it, and that's really good because that was a very cheap way. They have something more reliable with more of the side vari angle tilt screen, so that's something really gonna show. And how's the touchscreen gonna work? We have no idea compared to like the Canon 7D Mark II, everything like that. So we'll never, you don't know until we get hands on with it. But I do want to get hands on with it because it's something different Nikon finally did once. Is it a huge improvement? Maybe not so much. They changed the buttons around, as you may see right here. They're going for like more of a sleek looking style because that's the shutter dial instead of your just typical knob. That's the more the metallic look that they're going for. So that's something interesting that you're trying to do, maneuver all the buttons around and just try something different. Here's more of a front view, and it's interesting to see that they're really trying to change their style a lot. So it's just interesting to see what it's going to be. And one huge thing that this does not have is the optical low pass filter. So that's just something for your stills. It removes that filter. You're going to get sharper images. It's going to be the whole moire thing. So that's a really key thing to keep in mind out for, but it will drive up the price. I'll cover that in 1 second. So you're getting your ISOs 100 to 25,600. So probably up to like 1600, a little bit more is going to be definitely usable. And there's no more high 1, high 2 options. So no more of those junky type of features. And the interesting thing to me is how it looks. It looks basically like the Nikon D750, that very slim grip, which did not feel well in my hands. So I don't know why they're going this route, but that's one of the things they wanted to accomplish. This is one of their thinnest, smallest, lightest DSLRs out there in the market. So that's something that they wanted to try to get into, and I guess that they're trying to accomplish. So that's another thing to keep in mind. It does 5 frames per second, 39 autofocusing points, in which 9 are cross type. You still have your 1080p at 60 frames per second for video, and you still can't change the aperture during video and live view, which is really annoying. I don't know why it's not a standard like a lot of the Canons, essentially almost all the Canons have. So you're getting a camera right here. Just get another picture. That its main feature, it just has 2 things, but the price is really high for it. This thing is $800 for this D5500 for the body only. Now, why do I bring up the price? I'll cover that in a second too. So for $800, essentially you're getting the same thing as the D5300, except a touchscreen for one, and the optical low pass filter not being in. But is that a practical thing to spend that much money if this, I really want to kind of cover who this is for. This is for someone who wants to get more into video, because I think this will be a strong video camera. But, there's another option out there like the Nikon D3300 that, is very comparable to a lot of these specs and a lot of everything that that this camera has to offer. So I don't see the price point for this one. Maybe if it was like $650 or something like that, like $649.99, I'd say, ooh, it's really, really a good thing, because I mean, you're getting very close to like, 7100 status at this point. And then you're almost full frame, in regards to that. But for body only, $800, $79.99 US dollars. It's very, very steep just for adding a touchscreen and taking out the low pass filter. So that's something to keep in mind. So it's just for someone who's, I don't know, who's got a little bit more money that they want to spend. This is more of an entry-level camera still. I guess it's getting a little bit more into the prosumer type of market. I guess they're trying to phase out the 7100 or something, by adding something like this. But I think you get a little bit more with the build and everything of the 7100, probably better autofocusing as well. So, this still has the XP4 imaging processor. So it's going to be a fast camera. That's pretty much a staple in a lot of Nikon's cameras now. But I don't fully see the price point justifying this camera for what it's supposed to do. And why am I saying that? You can grab the Nikon D3300, which has these similar specs. Once again, no OLP filter. It just doesn't have a touch screen. Let me just see it right here. It's actually almost literally the same camera, almost the exact same camera now that I'm looking at it, just no touchscreen. And no, it's not a tilty screen either. So is that warranted another $300 just for that, when the D3300 is essentially the same camera? Yeah, the button's a little different, compared to here. Then onto, let's see here, where it seems like everything's moved around. They're trying something differently. I think they priced this way too high for what this is supposed to offer, when you get everything except a touchscreen and then the vari-angle back LCD screen. So it's very, very similar. So $800 for the Nikon D5500. Here's the preview of it. It's strong. It's got amazing specs, but for literally almost the same thing, that's $800 body only. But with a kit lens with an 18-55, you can get the Nikon D3300 right now, and I think that's a extremely better value since it's almost the same thing. Yay, touchscreen's the first thing that they put in, but I think Nikon's way too late to the game, as this is in almost every other camera out there. And to me, touchscreen is like no big deal whatsoever, like at all. So there's the Nikon D5500. It's a little, I don't know. I don't get the release ton. I mean, yay, they're trying something different. That's awesome. But what do you say? As a Nikon shooters or someone from the outside, is Nikon a little bit too late to the game? Does this warrant the price for almost an extra $300 for essentially just a vari-angle touchscreen? I don't know. To me, I don't get it 100%. But there's the preview for you. Extremely strong camera. D750 like, but it's like the D3300 except way more expensive, and you get to do this to it. That's all I got. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.